Hello and welcome back to Reporter's File. My name is Saeed Puraza. First of all, a quick run through this week's program.
Police brutality in one of the largest countries in Europe. Beneath a veneer of democracy in Spain. The dangers of being a journalist in Afghanistan. And relaxing the body and mind.
One member of virtually every fifth Ukrainian family is behind bars. Ukrainian Guantanamo does not exist de jure, yet again, nor does fair justice, experts say. Human rights violations start with crossing the threshold of police departments. This report about the victims of police mistreatment in one of the largest countries in Europe.
Ukrainian Zoya Karpilenko barely nodded to the door and trudged inside. In this extremely small apartment in the capital Kiev, Zoya has been visited by plenty of journalists. She took a large folder out of the drawer and was again reminded of the day when the life of her son Sergei had changed.
Мне позвонили 13-го.
Sergei was called in for questioning and was detained in the district police department. They accused him of stealing a cell phone. My son cannot have done this because he was home when the theft occurred. But nobody listened to me. After a few days, I got a phone call from the hospital. The doctors told me my son was in intensive care.
The doctors told Zoya that Sergei had been delivered from pretrial detention with various injuries. He had internal hemorrhage, lacerations to the lungs, a ruptured spleen, and a heavy effusion of blood.
When the doctors asked him what had happened to him, Sergei said he'd been beaten up by the police.
Human rights activists say that in Ukraine anyone can become a victim of torture. According to social service, each year over 600,000 Ukrainians are subjected to various forms of torture, beating or ill treatment. In particular, police brutality remains the core problem. Experts say that the main reasons behind torture in Ukraine are weak monitoring and the disregard for the right to defense. Having been deprived of legal assistance, the detainee is totally dependent on law enforcement officers. Human rights activists point to hundreds of incidents in which confessions